Rosemary's Baby wasn't just another psychological horror thriller. It was a movie Paramount almost didn't release because what Roman Polanski shot in that Dakota apartment building was so disturbing, so blasphemous, that test audiences walked out in silence. Some never came back. The studio executives sat in dark screening rooms and realized they had a problem. Not a bad movie, a dangerous one. These are 12 creepiest facts about Rosemary's Baby, and hidden in them is the shocking truth that the original ending was even darker, and the footage still exists somewhere in a vault. Number 1. The Dakota building wasn't just a location, it was cursed. The crew felt it from day one. Cold hallways, strange sounds at night, equipment malfunctioning in rooms that had been empty for decades. Polanski chose the building because it looked gothic and menacing from the street, but what most people don't realize is that residents complained about the production, not because of noise, but because of bad energy. One tenant told a crew member the building had a history of occult rituals in the 1920s. True or not, it got in everyone's heads. And here's the scary part. Years later, John Lennon would be murdered right outside those same doors. Coincidence? Maybe. But the Dakota has never shaken its reputation, and that's just the beginning. Number 2. Mia Farrow was starving herself during filming. Not for the role, because of it. Polanski wanted Rosemary to look gaunt, exhausted, like something was eating her from the inside. So Farrow dropped weight fast. By the third week of shooting, she was eating almost nothing. Crew members said she looked like a ghost between takes. Cold skin, hollow eyes. Some days she'd sit alone in corners of the set, wrapped in blankets, shivering. Polanski later admitted he pushed her hard, maybe too hard, but the performance worked. You can see real fear in her face because she was actually afraid. Afraid of what the role was doing to her body, afraid of Polanski, and the camera caught all of it. Number 3. Frank Sinatra tried to shut down the production. He was married to Farrow at the time, and he hated that she took the role, hated the long hours, hated Polanski, hated that his wife was playing a woman who gets pregnant by the devil. So midway through filming, Sinatra's lawyers served Farrow divorce papers on set. In front of the crew, she was devastated. Polanski kept the cameras rolling. Some reports say he even used her real tears in a scene that same week. Sinatra wanted her to quit, walk away, choose him over the movie. She didn't. The marriage ended. The movie became a masterpiece. But behind that performance is a woman who lost everything to finish it. Number 4. The rape scene was shot in one take, and Farrow wasn't told what would happen. Polanski believed in naturalistic terror, which meant keeping actors off balance. According to production accounts, Farrow knew the scene involved Rosemary being drugged and assaulted by an unseen entity, but she didn't know the specific choreography, the demon hands, the scratching, the weight pressing down. Polanski wanted her genuine panic. He got it. The scene runs over 2 minutes, and it's one unbroken shot of Farrow thrashing, gasping, her eyes wide with real confusion. When it wrapped, she didn't speak for an hour. Crew members said the set felt like a funeral. No one made eye contact, because everyone knew they had just filmed something that crossed a line. Number 5. There was an original ending the studio buried. In Polanski's first cut, after Rosemary rocks the devil baby in the final scene, the camera was supposed to push in tight on her face. And she was supposed to smile. Not a comforting smile. A knowing smile. Like she had accepted her fate. Like she had become one of them. The studio panicked. Test audiences in 1968 hated it. They wanted ambiguity, not confirmation that Rosemary had turned evil. So Paramount forced Polanski to end on the wide shot of her rocking the cradle, her expression unreadable. The smile footage still exists. It's never been released, and some editors who saw it said it made the movie 10 times darker, because the next part is worse. Number 6. The baby was never shown on purpose, but there was a puppet. Polanski built a full demonic infant prop for close-ups. Yellow eyes, clawed hands, pointed ears. It cost thousands of dollars and took weeks to sculpt, but after one test screening, Polanski scrapped it. Why? Because audiences laughed. The puppet looked ridiculous under studio lights, so he made a genius choice. Never show it. Let the audience imagine the horror. The unseen baby became more terrifying than any effect could be. But here's the weird part. The prop still exists. It's stored in a private collector's warehouse in Los Angeles. Some crew members have said it still gives them nightmares. Number 7. The Catholic Church tried to ban the movie before it even premiered. The script leaked early, and church officials were horrified. A movie where Satan impregnates a woman and a witch's coven thrives in modern New York? Blasphemy. The church launched a quiet campaign to pressure Paramount into shelving the film. They failed, but when the movie opened, theaters theaters in heavily Catholic neighborhoods refused to screen it. Bomb threats were called into some cinemas. Protesters stood outside with signs. Polanski later said the controversy was the best marketing they could have asked for. Forbidden content sells, and this was the most forbidden movie of 1968. Number 8. Ruth Gordon, who played the neighbor Minnie, was method acting with actual occult research. She spent weeks before filming reading books on witchcraft, demonology, and satanic rituals. She wanted Minnie to feel authentic, not campy, not fake. Between takes, she'd mutter strange phrases under her breath. Crew members said she'd bring herbs and oils to set, claiming they were for protection. Some thought she was joking, others weren't sure. Gordon later admitted in interviews that she believed the movie was tapping into something real. She won an Oscar for the role, but she also said she had nightmares about it for years. What were they afraid of? That she had invited something in. Number 9. There's a deleted scene where Rosemary finds a second baby. In an early draft of the script, after Rosemary discovers the devil infant, she stumbles into a back room and finds a normal human baby, dead, implying the coven had been experimenting, trying to get the ritual right. It was shot, edited, and then cut from the final film because test audiences said it was too much, too explicit. The scene ran about 90 seconds. Polanski later said it was his biggest regret, removing it because it showed how far the coven was willing to go. The footage has never been officially released. Some say it's in the Paramount vault. Others say Polanski destroyed it himself. Number 10. The movie was shot in sequence, which almost never happens, because Polanski wanted Farrow's real exhaustion. Most films shoot out of order for budget and schedule reasons, but Polanski insisted on filming Rosemary's Baby chronologically so that Farrow's physical and emotional breakdown would be genuine. By the final week, she was a wreck. Shaking hands, bags under her eyes, no sleep. Some crew members said she'd forgotten how to separate herself from Rosemary. She'd flinch when people approached her. She'd whisper to herself between takes. The method worked, but the cost was brutal. Farrow later said it took her months to recover. Number 11. The Tannis root wasn't a real occult object. Polanski invented it, but real witches started using it after the movie. Before Rosemary's Baby, Tannis root didn't exist in any grimoire or witchcraft text. Polanski made it up. But after the movie became a phenomenon, occult practitioners started referencing it. Some claimed it was a coded name for a real herb. Others said Polanski had accidentally tapped into ancient knowledge. By the 1970s, you could find Tannis root listed in New Age catalogs and occult supply shops. It became real because the movie made it real. That's the trick. Fiction doesn't just reflect culture, sometimes it creates it. Number 12. Roman Polanski's wife, Sharon Tate, visited the set, and 1 year later, she'd be murdered by the Manson family while pregnant. This is the fact that makes everything else feel cursed. Tate was on set multiple times during filming, watching her husband direct a movie about a woman whose baby is stolen by a satanic cult. In August 1969, 1 year after Rosemary's Baby's release, Tate was 8 months pregnant when Charles Manson's followers broke into her home and killed her. The parallels were impossible to ignore. Some conspiracy theorists claimed the movie had attracted dark energy. Others said it was just horrific coincidence. But Polanski was never the same. And the movie, once a psychological thriller, became something else. A prophecy, a warning, a curse no one saw coming. Rosemary's Baby became legendary not because it was perfect, but because it nearly destroyed everyone who made it. A cursed location, a shattered marriage, a deleted ending too dark to release, an actress who lost herself in the role, and a tragedy that turned fiction into nightmare. The movie didn't just predict horror, it lived it. Thanks for watching. Hit like, drop a comment with your favorite fact, and subscribe for more creepy movie secrets.